people usually, I know I do, I'll look at the top one. I won't necessarily always go and click on the top position in Google. I'll look and read this top line.
Right.
And I'll go, I'm going through my filter in my mind, like, because the whole point of getting on a search engine is to get to a solution to your problem as fast as possible, right?
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
I mean, we're all busy. We're all trying to click through the day. So my habit is to read these, read these lines.
The top of the line.
Right. So what does this tell you? This tells you that with your title tag, you can influence what people see on Google. Because even though this is free to get in here, it's almost like an ad. So your search engine listing is basically an ad, even though you're not paying for it here in the organic listings. This is your advertisement. So you want it to be A, alluring, B, interesting, and C, whichever. 3, to instantly grab the visitor's attention.
Okay.
So that they don't see anything else but yours.
But mine.
Especially if you're at the top.
Okay.
Okay? So there is a certain limit to how many words you can have on the title tag. I believe we're looking at 70 characters.
Okay.
But you want to maximize that usage. You want to get your keywords in there, and we'll be talking about that. Don't worry about that right now.
All right.
But the thing is you want this line to be basically like a headline. Okay, if you think when you're looking through a newspaper, do you usually read every single article in there?
No.
Okay. So what do you usually scan when you're
looking at the headlines?
You look at the headlines, right? Because it tells you, do I want to read this article and waste my time? Am I interested in this article, right? Okay, all right. So the same thing applies here. We're using the same logic. And those headlines are made to be extremely catchy.
Right.
Or insightful. In 4 words, you get the whole point of the story.
Right.
Boy George is gay. Or whatever. Cool. Let me read this. If you're interested in that, you know what I'm saying. Whatever. But it grabs your attention. It's just like I want you to envision those magazines or the Inquirer that you see when you're at the checkout stand. Those freaking you read one thing. Yeah. You read one headline that sucks you in, and you automatically do what? What's the impulse? You go pick it up and you want to flip through the page to see all the stars with no makeup, or something like that, whatever. Okay, so that's what we're trying to get at here.
Okay.
So does that totally change your whole perception of how important that is?
Yeah, absolutely.
For your listing. And get this, okay? A lot of people don't understand this, but Google does not rank your website. I'm sorry to let you down, my friend. But what they do is they rank each and every page. They rank by the page. Okay, so you could get Music Store ranked as a page. You can get Videos page ranked as a page. Okay, so Google ranks per page, not just your website. Okay, you see what I'm saying?
So am I able to, with the backlinks, like for example, work it so that if someone is looking for story, say, which I know I need to change that.
It's very generic.
Right.
Right.
But if they're typing in these certain words, I could still have Musical Stew pop up with something with story in it.
Right.
I'm kind of getting what you're saying.
You can control Google, even though they don't want you to do this stuff.
Right, right.
Because they want you to do it organically and hope.
Anyone.
Yeah, don't tell anyone. We're manipulating the search engines. Okay, so, but I mean, Yeah, absolutely. And basically what you want to happen is, like, for if you have a page for states and capitals, which is, you know, the heart, you know, one of the songs that, you know, helps children learn the states and the capitals.
Yeah.
And I always go back to, like, conjunction, junction, what's that function? You know what I'm saying? Remember those songs when we were watching as a kid?
Yeah.
You know, picking up words and phrases and clauses. That's why I love, you know? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but that's the thing you want to have happen is those backlinks. You know, if someone types in states and capitals, you want your page, web page, or your video states, you know, and we talked a little bit about the fact that you want your, you know, you'd rather have a web page, your own web page up rather than a YouTube video, because that YouTube video takes them there, and let's go there, right? Okay. Yeah. So we go there, and so now you've got the site, right? They're away from your site, but the most important thing is you see the fact, oh, and there's your little girl. So, but you see how many different things there are to click on here? Yeah. So you can lose command of your audience. Right. If they get distracted, whatever. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so on your page, it's so funny because you always hear, like, YouTube, you got to get on YouTube, you got to get on YouTube. Well, you do want to get on YouTube. That's important. And it's important to have those videos there. Because, and the more videos are better, too. Like, even just sitting down and talking, answering questions, whatever it may be, because that gets more content on there. Literally, if you could imagine, like, in front of us right now, or let's just say, you know, on this Google page right here, this is the, you know, let's just say, for instance, the whole universe of all kids' music is on this inside this Google page, right? Okay. And right now you're like a micro tiny speck of, you know, in that page. You're just a speck, like down here, like maybe one. See this little dot right here? Yeah. Of the ellipses? That's right now. That's you. As far as the amount of content you have on the web. And what you want to do is basically disperse content, not just on your site, but other places, until you have a cloud of content within this topic or industry. Okay. That whenever someone tries to go somewhere, they always see you there. Okay. Right. So you're like omnipresent. Got it. Got it? Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So back to the back to this. So just to clarify, so it's not just getting them, if they're looking for Musical Stew, then they're going specifically to find us. Right. But what I'm doing is if they're going out and searching the web, I'm pulling them into us. Right. Okay. But more importantly, and you brought up a really, really good point, is that most people, even though, okay, let's just say the people that are getting referred or the word is spread about, you know? Yeah. Musical Stew. Go visit Musical Stew, right? Right. And a lot of people won't go and go type in musicalstew.com. They'll go to Google and type in Musical Stew. Right. Right? But what you want to do on Google is capture traffic of people that don't know who you are. Right. Okay, because you're already listed under Musical Stew. You don't need to do anything for that. So if I come to you and go, I'm Musical Stew, then you know exactly what to search. But exactly. If I don't know you and I haven't had contact with you. Right. You want to grab people that are typing in things like kids' music. Right. You know, how to learn states and capitals. Yeah. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, absolutely. Okay. All right. So you want to get into that. You know, basically you got to sit there and think, you know, who's my customer, first of all, right? It's most likely going to be the mom. Yeah. The mom, the mom 80% of the time. The father 20% of the time. I think the 80-20 rule applies there, right? But so you almost have to think of it from a lady's point of view. I mean, if you want to, you know, conjure that within
Right,
yourself,
right.
you know, okay, what is this lady thinking about? What is she having? You know, what are some of the problems kids are having? We talked about this.
Right.
You know, people are looking for solutions. You
Right,
know,
right.
autism, you know, bedwetting,
Yeah.
you know, scared at night. What you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and we've just
absolutely.
conjured up some really powerful potential things we can do keyword research on to
Right.
find out what people are typing in the most.
Okay.
And then we'll go ahead and prioritize those keywords and then take off and start doing tasks, getting content out there and content on your site. So let's get back here because this is really important. This is the basic foundation. Once you get this basic foundation, you are going to be so much further ahead than 95% of the sites.
Okay.
Because people don't understand the psychology.
Right.
Okay? And that number one point was your Google listing is your ad. Because you can have your site up there and listed even at top number one, but if someone sees that top line and it says story, I can guarantee you they're going to go to the second one.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Because you're not descriptive enough, that they don't want to waste their time
Yeah.
to find out and click only to have to back click.
Right.
Or hit the little, you know, the back button right there on the thumb, you know. So,
And I'm out of here.
right, exactly. So the top line of your listing, your Google listing, which is your title tag over here, in that code we're looking at, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That is basically the headline on this Google page.
Okay.
So you want your headline to be more powerful than anybody else's on that page.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so one of your tasks, let's go ahead and get your task list up and open.
Okay.
Your task is to go and rewrite your title tag or first line of Google search engine listing so it's irresistible to be clicked on and no one else's matters.
Okay.
Okay? So, you know, example. You know, and this is totally like non-traditional thinking because, see, this is what a lot of people do is they go, oh, my company's so great, you know,
Yeah.
you know, but if you're not well known like, you know, Pillsbury or whatever, or, you know, a lot of those brand names that we've come to be used to,
Right.
people aren't looking for your company name. They don't give a shit about that.
Right.
You know, they're looking for the words, the words that present the answers they're looking to get solved.
Right.
You know, and that's where you want to get listed, is for those words where they're solving a problem. So let's say example, it's not going to be musical stew kids music, but we can use those words.
Okay.
However, you know, we're gonna obviously we're gonna do some keyword research, and that could affect the changing of some of this stuff. But I want you to get in the practice of doing titles that are sticky, alluring, whatever, right?
Okay.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Jim, are you okay? Okay, there's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Okay, so that's how long in characters you want it to be. That's 70 characters, basically. Okay.
Okay.
And I think it's that. It floats between whatever 70, 75. Let me see. Google Instant Answers, you know. How long should title tag be? We just did, right? An answer to a solution, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So usually it'll be in the top 3. Okay, how long should page title be? Let's see. Here we go. Normally 64 to 70 characters.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because what happens is if you do a title tag that's too long, what Google will do is it'll put one of these ellipses, dot, 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 at